The mission requires that I come out of this trance that makes me keep talking myself out of the very thing that I'm called to. I gotta come out of the trance where I feel like protecting me is the ultimate goal. Because if I am protecting me, I am telling God that I don't trust you to protect me. I know you called me to it, but I don't trust you to protect me in it. It takes a certain kind of vulnerability to say, I'm going to go even if I feel uncovered, because I recognize that the call came with protection. Called me to this marriage, called me to this business. But what if I fail? What if they break my heart? If I called you to it, I'm going to protect you through it. So what if they break your heart? I know how to put it together. So what if you fail? I know how to pick up the broken pieces. So what if it doesn't work out? I know how to make all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according. The mission requires that I come out of this.
Good morning, everybody. Go ahead and say good morning when you come on. I'm going to say the thing that many people don't like saying. I'm going to allow people the opportunity to join in. So when you come in, please say good morning. Good morning, Bless. I'm so happy you were able to join. So as always, I will not be before you long at all. I want to say a couple of things just based upon what I've experienced so far. And then I'm going to let y'all go. It's Saturday. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Like I said, I won't be before you long at all. So yeah, good morning. Good morning, Brandon. Thank you so much. Good morning. Oh, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So I wanted to first start out with the influencers and the creators. So because like it's been like a huge influx of that particular thing. The last, I want to say, a couple of years with TikTok and Instagram, everyone is stepping into the influencer and creator field. And there's such a difference between just those two things alone. But what I have saw is I want to say earlier this year or last year, one of a major creator and influencer, she came under a lot of fire and a lot of scrutiny because of she was asked to review some makeup. And of course, she did her thing. She did it within the creativity, the way that she does it. But instead of representing the authenticity of the product, she some say she used lashes. Some say it was actually the mascara. However, just because of that one particular decision, or just because of one person perceiving it to be a thing, she now has this negative connotation around her name. So no longer is like it's a pristine influence, or her perception is one way. It's now tainted because people feel like she was not honest. She was disingenuous. She didn't do a thing that she's been doing, right? So I want to first talk about creators and influencers. How, when we come under attack or when we come under fire because people feel like we're not being authentic to what we're saying or what we're representing. So there is such an integrity and that comes along with being a creator and an influencer. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a cold. So again, what are you talking about when you step into this platform? When you say, "Hey, I have something to say," or "I want to go live," or "I want to create a YouTube channel," what are you talking about? What is it that you want to share with people? Be mindful that once you create and you curate your community and people are listening to you, they believe you. They trust you. So what are you saying to them? Be mindful that what you're saying, it lasts longer well after your life has ended. Let's be intentional about what we're sharing to people, what we're presenting, whether it's for monetary gain or just to uplift people. It can't always be our opinions and our biases because everyone doesn't think like us and everyone is not built like us. Therefore, you want to be neutral with what you're saying. Yes, give your opinion, but do it with maturity, right? So, again, be clear about what you are saying. What are you representing? You want to always, in any situation that you're in, whether it's to give words of wisdom, whether it's to create a space where people can feel safe, you want to leave the person better than how you found them. You don't just want to be on the live talking and venting all your stuff because now you're free of it. But now you left these people with all of the stuff on top of their own stuff, right? So whatever you plan to do with your influence, be impactful and be purposeful in the best way you can, right? And understand that the people are watching you well after the live ends. So what are you communicating? What are we saying? Um, and so right now, I see there's a couple of people that are on the live. So I want to give them the opportunity to ask questions or to give input. So there are a couple of people that I do see on the live that are quote unquote influencers. So what are your takes on the influencing sector? Good morning, influencers. So I'm going to give you guys a moment to add in your questions. Okay. All right. So no one added anything at this time. So yeah, those are just a couple of things that I wanted to share with everyone. It's just understanding the responsibility of what you're saying. Your words, they hold meaning, they hold weight with people. So when you're getting on and you're sharing and you're encouraging, be intentional, be purposeful, and handle them with care. Because many times, and I don't many times you are the only example, you are the only Bible, you represent, yes, yourself, but you also are an impactful influence. So you want to be mindful of what you're sharing, what you're saying. And be neutral because the objective is to create a conversation or create buzz around what you're saying, to cultivate a community that you could pour into and that can pour into you, but it can't be one-sided. It has to be a give and take. It has to be reciprocal. So that's all I had to say. I just wanted to jump in today and just really talk about that. Um, the responsibility of the platform and the influence, because with the platform comes influence. So it can't just be, oh, I want to do lives, or I just want to talk to people, or I want to share these things, but I'm not an influencer. With that position comes influence, and it could be unintentional for many of us, but it is the responsibility. So I see one thing, it says I agree. Oh, Adisha, how it says I agree. I find myself always doing my own research as for watching and reading something on social media. Absolutely. And a lot of times I didn't necessarily do that in the beginning. It was like, well, she said it and he said it, and that's what it is. But that's the responsibility that many times unintentionally, a lot of the young people, they don't go on and research. They said it was on TikTok, so that makes it true, right? Or I seen it on YouTube, and that's the reality. And unfortunately, it isn't, And so even if it's a matter of saying that, that's a great point. Hey, don't take my word for it. Go and research it. Go and read it for yourself, right? Everyone just misreads comments and thoughts differently. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's like, so like what I found myself doing as of late, it's almost like a second and third check when it comes down to different things I'm posting. Like, okay, so if I post this, what will be interpreted? How will different people take what I'm saying? And I know for some people it's kind of like, well, why I gotta do all that? This is my social media. I can say what I want and do what I want. Yeah, that's true. But if your objective is to be of service or to be of influence to people, you have to be mindful. We can be transparent because people love that. But at the same time, you have to be cognizant of what you're saying and how you're saying it. I can't just be like, I hate life, one day without any context with what you're saying, right? So very great points. Thank you, ladies, so much for contributing to the conversation. So just to recap, what are you saying? So know what you're saying, your perspectives and your opinions and your approaches influence people. So be mindful of what you're saying. Be fair, be mature, and be intentional. Be clear about about who you are. That's another thing. Coming into any type of influence, any type of platform, you have to know who you are. Yeah, you can still be on the journey for figuring out, but be very clear about with the message and the perception that you're setting, because people are watching. That's the whole purpose of you going live or creating a space where you are streaming, right? So leave them better than how you found them. That is the best advice I was given a couple years ago, is to, in every situation or encounter, leave them better than how you found them. Whatever you plan to do with your influence, be impactful and be purposeful in a great way. They are watching well after the live ends. What are you communicating? What are you saying? So again, thank you for your time. I know it's Saturday, and I know it's still kind of early for some people that are kind of like to sleep in. So that is just my 2 cents on this platform influence creator situation. And that's another thing. If you're watching this, please do your research and know and understand an influencer, a creator, a UGC creator. All of those are 3 different things. They're all different aspects of that's under the umbrella. And they are different ones that can be monetized if you do it right. But a lot of people, that's not their goal. So again, do your research and find out. And like I said, find out what you want to do. Be clear about your message. Be clear about your intent, and understand that when you sit in front of a camera and you speak, it comes with a responsibility. So handle the people with care. Be intentional about your message, and know ultimately, I'm sorry, that it's going to stick with them. So what are you saying? You guys have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. Love you guys.